Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm going to present a design and implementation of a voice assistant to be used in an IoT home automation environment. I am from National Autonomous University of Mexico, and we are a group of multidisciplinary persons. I work in the engineering electric department, but I work with another person of mechanical engineering and industrial engineering. So together we are investigating about automation. We are doing something in artificial intelligence and in mechanical. We are from FESCO Titlan, that is part of the UNAM. I'm going to start. Okay. Yeah. Well, the objective of this is to develop and design a low-cost IoT home automation system. We don't want to use the commercial one. We want to create an open source and open system from us. But this IoT system has to be wireless, and we can control it by using voice commands. Uh, this is because we want to control all the devices in the home environment. So many devices are not intelligent. We want to create an interface that can control all kind of devices. For this, we need a web platform. So we are going to design this web from zero. And let me show you how is to create this. So the introduction of this is that we are going to start in the industry 4.0. We are investigating smart cities, smart environment, domotics. So we want to promote the device-to-device and device-user communication to improve these designs, improve the intelligent buildings, improve the smart cities, or improve the industry environment. In the home automation, we seek to comfort and safety, not only the safety when you see a webcam, but we want the safety of the database that we use. So the more common things that we are going to control is lights, temperature, security cams, etc. The wireless communication is important because uh, nowadays everything is wireless. And we have already different voice assistants like Alexa, like Siri, or Cortana, including Google. But what is the problem with all of this? That each one has their compatible devices, and we cannot use some devices with Alexa. This is a problem. The other problem with this is that we have to accept a contract, an electronic contract, and you can you have to give the permission that they use your data, personal data, your biometrics data, and the most important is that they can record your voice and use your voice data to the improvement the equipment. So this kind of security is of concern of us. We want that not everybody or not these big companies have this permission of our data. So this voice assistant have to include unique features and can be used with all the operating systems that are in the market today. The design characteristics of this is that we are going to use an open source platform like Node MCUA, and this platform can control and design IoT applications. It's very friendly, and as already said, it's an open source, so everybody can use it, can change it. and don't have any restriction to use it. It can be used with Arduino Uno, Arduino One, and can be used by a smartphone, by a laptop, using different protocols of communication. Can be used with Android, can be used with Google Assistant, Mongoose operating system, and different kind of assistants like Apple. This voice assistant has to be a low-cost IoT system. That's why we are using this platform, specifically ESP34 or 8266. First, we wanted to use this in pandemic for medical purposes. When people was in the home, we want that they maybe cannot go out and buy intelligent devices. So we need this to create and operate any device with our low-cost IoT system. And if you have devices that are not intelligent, we need a relay, and the relay is going to supply the power to this device that is not intelligent. So the design objective of this is to use an Arduino Uno, Node MCU. We are using Visual Studio Coding, Google Firebase, MAMP, that is a protocol that can use with Apple, with Linux, with all the protocols, jQuery, and PHP, that is to create our personal homepage in the web. This system has to have temperature and humidity sensors. We are using DHT11 sensor, relays to turn on and off lights and other devices, but specifically here is lights, and a gas sensor. So all this is going to be programmed in a private client-server communication. We are going to create the web. At the end, we are going to use a system on a chip, SOC ESP8266. This is a very cheap system. This is the chip altogether. This chip has a Wi-Fi, integrated Wi-Fi connection with various protocols. We can connect easily with it and can be easily programmed using Arduino. Has 17 GPOs, general purpose input and output pins, communication and word architecture, and 10-bit analogic digital converter. With this, we use a Firebase real-time database that can work in real time. We can uh, program and develop online. Maybe I can program here and my colleagues program in Mexico, and we can work together in real time. If any of us lost internet, we can start, we can continue working, but all the data is going to save locally. When the internet connectivity restore, the cloud is updated and nobody lost any data. So this is a good Firebase database. We use Artium GS library. This library use all the voice commands, have voice recognition, voice commands, add some, we can program or commands, special commands for us, and can convert speech to text. In this way, we can send message through a TV or through some display and communicate with the user. This system is created in three ways. The front way is HTML and jQuery. Then the back, that is in the middle, is my SQL and Firebase database and PHP for the web implementation. And the hardware is Arduino, and we use a Philips Hue that is for the light. So the objective is light control, proximity alarm, temperature and humidity control, and we add different apps control. Because in general, we want to monitoring physical properties in a room, but then we can change this to maybe monitor crops systems, on electrical system, on a lot of things. But basically here is for a room and a home environment. For this, we use a passive infrared motion sensor. This is because if the person cannot move, they need to know if somebody entered to the room, and this sensor can say that. We want to monitor and record temperature and humidity levels periodically, and we add a gas detection system. This is specifically for the gas in the kitchen. So we have different security, different alarms, and we can connect this to webcams too. This is the virtual design of the electronic. We have here the gas, sensor, the buzzer, not the MCU. This is the relays, lights, and the temperature and humidity sensor. We use this board that is the Node MCU, Arduino One, the DHT11 sensor, relays that this relay operates with 5 volts, but in the other way they can be used at 220 volts. So it's useful to control lights. A passive infrared motion sensor, a buzzer and alarm bulb that is the alarm, and the Visual Studio, Google Firebase, and the PHP connection, as I already said. So this is the first design of the platform that we create. We have here the data. This is in real time. We set here all the devices that we want to control. It says casa, but in English is the home, and all the devices, the alarm, the air freshener, dimmer, light 1, light 2, the gas status, and the humidity. So we can put here all the devices that we want. Then we create the rules. If someone is off or on, what is going to happen? We have here a security copy and the uses of all this. So as an example, if we store here home one an alarm, the alarm is going to be controlled by the passive infrared sensor. If this sensor is active, we returns a logic one. This is like something move. We detect move and we send the alarm. If nobody moves or is no movement, so we get a logic 0. If we have movement, so a message notification is displayed. We can display this in a laptop or display, a normal display, and the buzzer starts sound. So each device have his own special algorithm, depends of what we want to do. In this example, if movement is off, the alarm is off too. So this is the rule for the movement. Then I show you the gas sensor. This is the very low cost. We are doing just a prototype now. This is the gas sensor. We spread some gases, and when the gas sensor feel that is a lot of gas in the room, it displays this message that they said gas is detected. If this still continues, this message is going to change and say now danger. High levels gas is detected. So we have this rule for the gas station, And this is all the prototype. This is just a prototype. Then we already know that this is working. So we are going to do a PCB and we are going to change everything. But at first, we are going to try just this. As you can see, this is a normal light. It's not a smart light. This is the relays. We have the different sensors, the dimmer, the relay, and the humidity and temperature control. We already have the prototype, so now we have to design the web. This is where we use HTML, the Atomy, and the libraries that I already told you. And this is the first design, the user interface. This is the light in the state room, a light in a room, the light in the WC, and the detection of the movement, specifically in the kitchen. So we can see if it's on or off, and the user can change it through here, just giving clicking here, so they can turn off or off the light. And we add different applications like this one because nowadays everybody is watching Netflix or everybody is using YouTube. So we put these applications too that can be controlled with our system. The air freshener and the TV. So this system can control light, a smart TV, can detect movement, can detect gas. This can start Netflix, YouTube, and can control air freshener. We have all the user interface here. We can add more things, but until now we are only using this. And then we have here the voice command. It says here, how can I help you? But in Spanish, we are working with Mexican market, so we put this in Spanish, but this, how can I help you? So you say, turn off the smart TV, and the system automatically turn on this. And finally, he can display the message. This is the room temperature and the room light. We can use a dimmer to know how if it's too light or reduce the lighting in the room. We can show this in here a lot of message like the gas or if something is on or off. Finally, we can develop a voice control assistant for home automation IoT system. And we have already this prototype that is working. So the next step is to create a better prototype to perform a PCB, not use this is the system. We have to improve it. And the local information, the local exchange of information is now protected. Your data is only be in your laptop or is only be used locally. So you don't have to be worried about that big companies use your data for another purposes. We already proved that this prototype is using controlled by voice. We have some problems if we change very quickly the user. We have to train the system with each user, but is usable. And this system is scalable. We can add a lot of devices depending of the 17 general purpose input outputs that we have. But if we need more, we can create or can use a different hardware. But this is scalable and can be used for many devices. And this is all. Thank you very much. If you want to contact me, this is my email. And thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. Any questions? So start from here. Please. Okay. Well, we use something that was already created, like Arduino. It's an open hardware, so you can use it and improve it. So this hardware is already created by someone else, and we are using an open source software like the libraries that I already told you. But you can change it to your own purposes. So many things we can take it and just improve it. Improve what kinds? The voice control that is for Mexican market. We have the different tones and different kind of speaking. So we specifically use this for Spanish. And in the scientific literature are some devices, but each one is creating their own purposes. So here we are using this for not to be so dependent of big companies, not giving so many permissions that they have our data. Uh, it's basically for that purpose it's created.